Hi, Petro.
Hello.
Hello. Very Finnish. I need to get some coffee. How are you today?
I'm just fine.
It's still kind of early. Yeah, I don't know if you see the watch in the background, but it's like 9:30 in the morning. Is it early for you, or do you start later or earlier?
At this time of the year, it's like November, so December time I start not too early, to be honest.
Yeah.
The darkness is kind of not my strongest side.
Yeah, no, the darkness is killing us really here in the Nordic region of Europe. So, Petro, you were thrown into this, my little talk and interview, and I want to talk to you about design, and I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship, but I also want to talk to you about sweets and dessert. Are you a dessert person?
Dessert person? If I'm completely honest, that's the part which I typically skip in a restaurant. If there is a kind of 5-course menu, then I don't really pay attention to the dessert part. But I like candy a lot. That's my kind of vice.
Do you have your favorites?
Chocolate, quite traditional.
So we're in Finland, so of course you eat a lot of fatser, right?
Fatser goes, but also this imported stuff, everything, all good stuff.
If I would come to you for like a dinner, so next time I come to Helsinki, you should buy me dinner. That's sort of like the inspiration here. But if I would come to you for dinner, what would you give me as a dessert? You know I'm very trendy.
If you would be at my house, then it would probably be strawberry cake. I would go that direction, yeah.
I don't eat dessert either, so that's okay. So I'm on your side, so that's fine by me. So Petro, we are at the factory here. That's why it's all very messy through the window. But no, it's not messy, but it's lively. It's very active. And we're at Woodio. What is Woodio?
Well, Woodio is a design company, and yeah. Actually, that's a difficult question. If you ask it like that directly to my face, how to quickly summarize. But yeah, we are a design company based in Helsinki, Finland, and our thing is that we make wooden bathroom appliances, like products which are typically made from ceramics, like bathtubs, toilets, wash basins from wood composite material.
And you've been around, because I was Googling you've been around since 2016, right?
Yeah, the company basically was registered in 2016, but I was working in my first company until 2015, and I kind of stepped out from the previous company, so we had a really kind of relaxed start. So in 2016 we did some partying and kind of thinking and getting inspired. Yeah. But the commercial phase of Woodio started in 2017 or late 17.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's when we got the first kind of private investment to the company. Until that, it was more like a hobby.
Yeah, okay. So, because the reason I want to talk to you is when I'm always in Helsinki, there are always like new startups in this region. Like some of them bloom and some of them sort of like disappear. What's it like being an entrepreneur in Finland?
Well, the whole startup thing is quite new in Finland. Obviously, in States, in Silicon Valley, they have a long tradition in growth entrepreneurship. But the Slush, like this startup event, has brought a lot of attention to startups. And
Did you go?
I typically kind of pop in just for seeing that everything's in place. Yeah. But it's more like a gathering, and it's in recent years the Slush and the whole startup thing is becoming more like a religion, and you feel this
like Silicon Valley.
You feel that you belong to some kind of community. So at the moment, being a startup entrepreneur in Finland is quite nice, and you are treated well by the government. There is a lot of funding options, and also the private equity from abroad is finding its way to Finland and Helsinki. So I think we have a quite nice environment here at the moment.
Do you have like any hangarounds? I mean, because also again, because you tend to like group things, you group like people and group like brands together. It's like when I see the Finnish design scene, I think of Woodio, but I also think about Made by Choice. I also think about other brands who are sort of like popping up and being very young. You're very young, Petro. Can I see an ID? No, I'm just kidding. No, but I see like there again the grouping of entrepreneurs. Are you hanging out with like, for instance, Made by Choice?
Not really, and that's a pity.
Yeah.
Because
You should call them.
yeah, I've obviously met the guys, and we have been sailing together. You know, we meet in the archipelago in the summertime, and so. But professionally, we are not getting together, and we are not hanging out, and we don't have joint dinners. It's we always, when we meet, this is a kind of joint idea between, I guess, most of the startup CEOs, that we should have some kind of community and some kind of club where we meet and exchange experiences. But it seems that everybody is so damn busy that you can't get that time and kind of get everybody together. It's
I'm thinking about, I'm going to name names now. So Helsingør is also very interesting. Varnio is also very interesting. Who else am I missing? And sort of like, if we're grouping you together as the generation of the new Finnish design scene, I mean, who am I missing?
Well, at least this Nimar company, we are making bio-waste boxes, or this bio-waste pins for them. So that's a kind of up and coming small Finnish design brand with a sustainable angle, obviously. And but it's difficult to come up. It's like, please tell me a joke. It's like
no, okay. I'm not going to hold it against you. So, Petro, what about sustainability then? That's just like a very, very easy question, because you based your brand on sustainability. But also, I've been here now for 2 days and scouting Helsinki area, and everyone's been talking about sustainability. And what's your angle to sustainability? How do you make the world more sustainable?
You mean from Woodio perspective? Well, basically what we are doing, we are replacing ceramics in home decor and in bathroom environment. And the bathrooms, for some reason, there has been a lot of ecological materials, innovations in all construction things basically. But for some reason, bathrooms have been solely focusing on reducing consumption of water and saving energy in that way, but no ecological materials in bathrooms. And this is like almost surprising. And it turns out that the firing of ceramics is actually really energy intensive, and that energy comes from gas and oil. So basically the carbon footprint of ceramic materials is really, really high. And what we do, we have a almost non-energy consuming manufacturing process. We make wood composite with a process that doesn't consume energy at all, and for that reason the carbon footprint is really low in our manufacturing and in our factory. So that's our angle. We reduce CO2 emissions of bathroom industry basically.
Is it easy to sell? I mean, are the buyers there, especially here in Helsinki or Finland, are the buyers interested in that kind of product? Because you're then of course innovating on your side. You're sitting at your desk going like, how can we make the best sustainable product? But then going out to a market, is the market interested in this?
Well, there's definitely interest. Like for two reasons. The sustainable aspect is, of course, nobody dares to say that I'm not interested in ecological aspects today, but also that there is something new, a new material. So designers who have been planning houses and interiors with traditional materials, they love that there is something new and something colorful, because now we are using wood as a material. We can color the material to any color we want, so you can play around more. And this is something different from the traditional, and that's what excites architects and interior designers.
I think that you sort of like leaving out the aesthetic aspect of Woodio because I think it has a unique look. I mean, you can like it or not like it. I happen to like it, but I mean, it's a unique look. Was that deliberate? Why didn't you paint it, for instance?
Well, we have been thinking about this because the unique look, it kind of builds our brand.
Yeah.
And I know that not everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And it takes some time to get used to it.
Yeah.
And even when we started in 2017 to roll out the first products and the first prototypes, even I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, looks interesting. A little bit like muesli bar or something. And now that I've been we have obviously been designing and perfecting the outlook few years now, but now that I'm looking at the traditional products, they look really dull.
Yeah.
If you look at the white ceramic wash basin, it looks that it's unfinished, that it's missing something in color and texture. But that is kind of a two-sided sword because you have something unique, something different. Some people love it, and then some people will like reject, and it will take time to adapt to the new idea.
Do you think? I think our time is slowly but surely running up. I mean, we only have 15 minutes, so I mean, this is happening, and your staff needs coffee here at the at the lunch. This is the lunch area. Where do you think that the Finnish design scene is going to be in like 5 years? Or I mean, are we going through something that's happening now? Or this is a leading question. This is not an open question. This is a leading question. Because I think that, I mean, what's happening now with all these brands, it's sort of like a boom is a strong word, but it's absolutely sort of like a fizz at least. Where do you think that the Finnish design scene is going to be in 5 or 10 years?
It's a really difficult question for me, and it's good to remember that I come from science background. I'm not really in that, I don't have long tradition in design. But my guess, at least in Finland, is that there's going to be more kind of small companies and startups coming to the design scene, and there are, at least at the moment, like interior designer or interior architect-led design agencies which are doing collaborations with brands. So that kind of things I've been seeing lately. But after 10 years, really difficult to say. But sustainability probably is here to stay. I really hope that it's here to stay. So everybody is going to be looking for more sustainable solutions and try to make sustainability beautiful and design. Sometimes if you use ecological solutions, then you need to make compromises in product properties or how the product looks. So when the material technology develops, the designers, they have more room to play around and with designs when you have more sustainable materials available.
I think that also Helsinki or Finland has a strong architectural scene. Maybe stronger than in other countries. And your building things are part of architecture rather than smaller objects on a dining table, for instance. So I think that's also going to be changed. So I think that on a larger scale, on the housing scale, you're going to see differences. But that's also me just guessing on where we are going. Petro, our 15 minutes is slowly but surely running up, and we need to talk about desserts. Yeah, but this is just a show about design and dessert, so why not? I mean, what should I bring back to Sweden from Finland as a sweet?
As a sweet?
We need to talk about dessert. You don't like dessert, I don't like dessert, so we need to find some common ground. Like, okay, I'm flying back to Stockholm today, and then I need to buy something, for family. So what should I buy that's sweet?
Obviously there is the Fatser thing, but it's so obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are actually this Woodio is a small chocolate boutique factory. They make these.
Are they downtown or where?
I think they have resellers, like you can buy it from
supermarket.
Not maybe supermarket, but from Stockmann's and like this. But they have this one like I haven't actually tasted it. They offered it to me, but they have a chocolate bar where there's an actual herring. And that.
Not so sure that sounds nice. Chocolate and herring?
Like, why did you put the fish in there?
Well, that's how you make friends, right? In Finland.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting.